Well, welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. Thanks so much for joining us. We have another great show ahead for you. Going to tell you about a wonderful event that's happening downtown. Free food. My favorite four-letter word, by the way, is free. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Another great fundraiser here in the Ottawa region to raise funds for Ukraine support. And in this particular case, we're raising funds right here in our community, right here in our country. So looking forward to talking about that. And we have two wonderful productions to tell you about. And we start off with one of those wonderful productions here on the show today. I'm joined by Robin Guy, producer and actor at Three Sisters Theatre Company. Welcome to the show. Great to have you back, Robin. And you're in your element there, right? There you are with the stage behind you. You must be so excited to be back in person and doing some of these fabulous productions.
It's like getting a missing limb back. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, let's talk about this one. This is called The Secrets of Primrose Square. This is really exciting because this is the premiere that you had here in Ottawa. I mean, that's already happened. It's running until June 11th. But first of all, where did you find out about this story exactly?
Well, this particular production is a co-production between 730 Productions and my company, Three Sisters. So we've ganged up to do this. And Three Sisters' mandate is to produce shows that have meaningful roles and stories about women, particularly.
Right.
And 730 has a mandate to produce Irish plays. And so my partner in crime, John P. Kelly, who directed the show and is the producer for 730, he saw the Dublin production online. And they were supposed to do a full-fledged production of this show, and they were taken down because of COVID, taking so many productions down, right? And so they only did it online. But John knows the producer in Ireland and caught the recording and fell in love with it. He sent me the script and went, "You have to read this. We have to do this right now." And so, and that's where it rolled through from. And it's fantastic parts for women. It's a really, really strong three-hander.
Yeah, so what stood out then to you when you read this script? What jumped out? Why is this story such a great story that you wanted others to see and hear?
Well, there are these three incredibly strong female characters. There's the mother and the daughter and the neighbor. And without giving too much away, they're going through some absolutely unthinkable circumstances and coping with that and working through, and each of them in their own way. And the characters are so clearly drawn. Like, one of the really beautiful things about this particular script is just the real clarity with which you see the characters. And as an actor, there's a super cool thing we get to do where we get to play like more than one character, which normally you only get to do that if you're doing a one-person show. You're standing there in front of the audience and you talk this way, and then you flip around and you talk this way, and you're somebody else. And usually you only get to do that in like a one-person show. But in this particular case, we all get to do that, so that the world of the play is populated by a good 15 characters, but they're all played by the three of us.
Robin, tell me about what's the challenge of that as an actor?
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's delightful because, I mean, technically speaking, for every single one of these characters that you inhabit, like, I have my primary character who is Susan, but then I also play Susan's husband, and I play a kid that she talks to, and I play the pharmacist that she talks to, and I play the elderly neighbor. And you have to come up with, like, as a performer, you have to come up with super clear mannerisms for every character and a different, like, a clear change of voice so that the audience knows who you've become. And it's a huge technical challenge. It's really, really, really fun.
You're obviously part of the cast. Let's talk about the rest of the cast. Tell us about them.
Oh, I am so delighted by this cast. The character of the neighbor is played by Rachel Oyster. People who come to Gladstone regularly would know Rachel well. She works primarily with Bear and Company, and she's been in a lot of music shows here in the Gladstone. She's a phenomenal actor. She was last in a Three Sisters show, I think, when we did not Shakespeare's Will. That's the wrong show. That was just on, and it wasn't us. The show about Shakespeare's daughter, and Rachel played William Shakespeare. And she was just amazing
Nice.
as William Shakespeare. She's a phenomenal and versatile actor. And we have a brand new actor with us as well, which is really exciting. Her name's Isabel Cabucci.
Okay.
And she was referred to us over from the Algonquin Performance Program. And she is a brand new emerging artist. So she's an exciting new face for audiences coming into the theater.
Nice. And well, speaking of exciting, the author herself flew in for the premiere. I mean, that must have been a real treat for you as a cast and as the crew to have the author actually take the time to come here to see it live in person. What was that like?
Oh yeah, what a beautiful, warm person. Like
Nice.
She's just like exuding joy all the time. There's this beautiful human. And although I confess, like as a performer on the stage, knowing that she's in the audience, every time I rearranged a couple of words in my line, I'm like, oh, Claudia, I'm sorry. Of course, she pointed out, hey, dude, I wrote that like 5 years ago. I don't know what the lines are. So.
Really appreciate the time again today. I know how excited you guys are to continue this. Robin, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having us on. Yeah, we run to the end of the week, and tickets are at www.thegladstone.ca.
Excellent. I should also mention, by the way, some of the proceeds are going to local mental health organizations. So, when you purchase your ticket, you know that you're giving back to your community, and you're giving back to some local organizations that are doing some really fantastic work. As Robin said, tickets available online, thegladstone.ca, running until June 11th at such a beautiful theater as well. Visit the Gladstone if you've never visited. We'll be back with more right after this.